Welcome everyone, this is Master's Joke, also Master's Joke 75 on Instagram. So I don't know if you remember, a good few months ago in the summer, I went in hobbycraft for the first time. Well, I think it was the second time in my life. The first time was when my wife had a row with someone, which was years ago when my son was a baby. But yeah, I was in hobbycraft with my son. He was buying stuff for school. And I came across this material. Yeah, 50p each. Let your eyes be your guide. So I bought these to repair my my Emperor's Royal Guards, because I've got quite a few of them. I've got my originals, but I've got quite a few that don't have their cloaks anymore. And I thought these would be ideal just to try it out. And I know Toy Polloi has done it, and he's made cutouts so you can print off the actual shape of the cloak, and so you know exactly what the shape is, and it should be alright once you've pulled the Emperor's Royal Guard's head off. So that was the plan. Never got around to it. I've not actually done a custom yet. I am planning to do I've been saying for a year to do a original Darth Vader custom. But I was watching Ahsoka again for the second time, and I thought that those are they like Death Stormtroopers, like the Walking Dead? They've got the red ribbons and bands, which I think are similar to this kind of burgundy red. And what I'm going to attempt to do, I don't know if it's going to work or it's going to look good, is use some of my old original Stormtroopers from the 80s, and see if I can make a kind of custom Ahsoka walking Death Trooper. So I'm going to see how it goes, but I'm quite looking forward to this. So I've got quite a few of the old Stormtroopers that I've got my originals that I wouldn't touch, but I've got some that I've picked up in job lots. Some are yellowed, but they're perfect for this. I don't think I'll be painting any parts of the armour gold. I'd like to leave them as original as possible, but that's my plan. So I'm going to give it a go, and if it is successful, I definitely want to go back to hobbycraft and get some more of this 50p material to do some Emperor's Royal Guards. So I've still got from when I did that Obi-Wan Retro Collection video, I've still got all my Stormtroopers, well, a lot of my Stormtroopers out from my display. So the white ones, well, the retro ones stand at the front, and the kind of the original ones, who are, because they're not as white, they stand at the back. So they're actually accessible. So I'm just going to get them out of my my display now. So here are my Thrawn's Night Troopers with a little bit of magic from the Night Sisters. Right, so it's my first ever custom, and I did look, I'm no Toy Polloi. I did try and film it, but I was getting a bit frustrated because I've never done a custom in my life. And at first, because I wanted it to be, it had to be battered Stormtroopers, and but I also wanted it to look like something that Kenner would make, because Kenner would never have it looking so good. So I thought that this material was perfect for a basic Kenner vintage figure, and I like it. These will be going back on display, these three figures, as they are, and I display them on stands. But what I like about these figures, so the guy on the left, so this guy here, he's one of my originals that I would have got, and I'm not going to touch them because I don't want them to fall over, because they will go on stands. But he's one of the originals that I swapped with. Well, the guy at school, one of my best friends at school, who I swapped a load of my He-Man figures for Star Wars. This would have been like 1984, just would it be 1984? Yeah, just before. This would have been summer 1984. Just before Christmas 1984, and Rocky 4 was, I'm sure it was 1984 when Rocky 4 came out. Now I saw Rocky 4 in the cinema, Turnpike Lane. Absolutely amazing, great atmosphere. It was the first time I went to the cinema and people were banging their feet on the floor as we watched the, the fight at the end with the Russian. And yeah, it was an amazing experience. But my cousin, he got a load of like leaflets for the Rocky IV movie, gave me a couple. And my best friend at school, he loved Rocky too. He absolutely loved it, and he wanted my 2 leaflets. And I said, well, do you want to swap them for some Stormtroopers? And he was like not into Star Wars as much back then, so I'd already swapped a load of stuff with my He-Man figures, and yeah, he swapped me these 2 leaflets for 3 Stormtroopers. Now, was it? No, it was 2 each. It was 4 Stormtroopers I got of him. So this guy on the left, he was one of the Stormtroopers, and he was the weakest one out of all of them. So he's never been able to stand that well on his own. Really loose limbs from back in the 80s when I got him. So what I did, I did a toy ploy, and I got the old plumber's tape. You know the tape seal. So I saw this on Toy Ploy years ago, and wrapped it around. The arms were okay, but I wrapped it around his legs, and you can just see a little bit of the white because he's quite a yellowed figure. And now he stands. But what I like about it is that he stands in a kind of zombie pose. The guy on the right, I did the same thing with his legs. You might be able to just see the white in between his legs. Now he's got, he came a couple of years ago. He was a job lot. So I bought some Star Wars figures, and he was just thrown in there. He's got loose arms, loose legs, and also there's a little bit of his hand missing, which is why I've covered his right hand with some of the material. But, and the guy in the middle, because I've got quite a few Stormtroopers, but I wanted some originals. It was when the retros just came out, and I think it was just before the pandemic. I went to the NEC in Birmingham to the toy fair, and I picked up 2 Stormtroopers from the same stall. Reasonable condition, £10 each. Quite like very tight limbs, and yeah, it was just a tenner. Not perfect, but not bad for £10. So initially, because Star Wars figures were made exactly the same back in the day. Initially, the middle guy, I did all 3 of them the same, and then I kind of thought, when I stood them together, I'm really happy with the middle guy, but because he's got the most material, but it just didn't look right having them all the same. So, and that's why I abandoned the video, because I ended up removing all the material from the guy on the left and the guy on the right, and just starting again. So that's why all 3 of them are completely different. And in relation to the hand, the broken hand, that's why he's the guy on the right is holding his gun in the wrong hand. But look, they're not great. It's my first attempt at a custom action figure. I'm definitely going to do my vintage Darth Vader, but I'm pleased with them. If I was going to do a custom vintage collection Stormtrooper, or even a Power of the Force 2, I would go back to Hobbycraft, but I would buy a more kind of ribbon type material, which is thinner, and cut thinner kind of strips to kind of wrap round, because I think that would look neater. But I think these hark at me like I'm some kind of toy expert, but I think these thicker pieces of material, which I definitely think is a good match for the Emperor's Royal Guard, I think it just kind of matches more of the original kind of accessories you would have got back in the day. I mean, let me know what you think. At the end of the day, I'm happy with it. Never done it before. Really enjoyed it. I absolutely really enjoyed doing this. I was just like cutting the strips off the material, and so I've done 3 figures. redid 2 of them. And I've still got like loads and loads of material left. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I definitely want to, now I want to attempt some Emperor's Royal Guards. So I have got that other red material, which is lighter, but I do think the kind of burgundy's more of a match. But yes, but that's the reason why there is no footage of me actually cutting the material and actually fitting it to the Stormtrooper, because it just went on and on and on, and I just wasn't happy with the final product. But anyway, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did making it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It lets me know you care. It also helps the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.